do this video today um, because I wanted to address something that can actually make a huge difference in your life. I realize that a lot of the things that we discuss around becoming more confident in front of the camera, in front of people, when you're socializing, when you're talking to people of that you're attracted to, oftentimes it's always like a plan, a strategy, um, and we very seldom talk about like what do you do in the moment when you're really nervous, when you're really losing your mind. You can feel your heart racing, you can feel the blood like rushing up to your ears, you could feel your ears heating up, you could start to feel yourself, you could feel your throat tighten, and you could start to feel yourself sweat. Now, I want to tell you that I have experienced all of these symptoms. I was so nervous as a speaker. I was so nervous in like to be in my body. I was even nervous to say my own name in front of people. Like it was really bad. So if someone like me can overcome my own fears in speaking in front of others, and I can learn to come back into my body and to know that it's okay to have attention. It's okay to hold attention, to maintain a conversation. And even when I know I'm feeling nervous, I could still turn that around. I could still save a bad situation from happening. I could prevent it from happening and come back into the moment and realize that, hey, this is a great opportunity to connect. Then you can do it too. Okay, so today I'm going to give you two tips, two things that you can do in the moment when you feel like you're starting to lose your mind. Okay, so the first thing that a lot of people experience when you start to feel nervous and you start to feel your heart racing and then you're starting to panic, and your breath is shortening, right? A lot of times people will tell you, oh, just take a deep breath, right? You take a deep breath and you still feel like nothing changes and you're still nervous, right? So I've tried that before. I've taken a big gasp, like, and my lungs now are full of air, and I'm not familiar with my voice because I normally don't speak with a lung full of air. And so that feels hugely unnatural, and that's not how you talk. That's not how you speak to people. So that tip didn't work out. A lot of times people will tell you just take a deep breath, right? But that's not how you talk. So that is going to make you even more nervous because you're not really in your body. You just took a very deep breath. And now you feel like you need to hold your deep breath, and your voice sounds different. And now you're afraid that other people are going to notice. So don't do that. The thing that I like to do, instead of like asking myself and reminding myself to consciously slow down, is actually step into the mentality to know that I am safe. I am safe. Okay. And when I tell myself I am safe, I start to feel the sense of safety. Like I don't just tell myself I'm safe, I have to experience safety. I have to get familiar with the feeling of, okay, what does it feel like to be safe? Oh, that means I can be here. I can take up space. I can be in this room. I can take my time. And I don't need to rush to wrap up. I don't need to rush to spit something out to impress anyone. I don't need to say something clever. I don't need to say something to keep your attention. And if I don't say something clever, maybe you're going to like leave me, you're going to like drift off, you're going to fall asleep, you're going to think that I'm not very intelligent, or you think that I'm not professional. Whatever that may mean for you, that that doesn't matter anymore because I'm safe and I'm allowed to be here. So I no longer have to rush myself into the conversation. I don't have to rush myself to spit out more clever things. to impress you. Now, it's no longer about you. Now, when I speak, it's about me, right? So this is the mentality that like a lot of people aren't able to get into because you're busy in your head thinking about, oh, I just need to slow down. Just slow down. But when I try to slow down, my voice doesn't sound natural. No, you don't do that. You try to get into the space to remind yourself that you're allowed to be here. You can be safe here and start to refamiliarize yourself with a feeling of safety, with a feeling of presence, with a feeling of I can be in this room and I can take up time and I can take up space. And it doesn't matter how long it takes for me to say something, I'll take my freaking time to say it. And there's nothing you can do to rush me. Okay. So, first thing is stop rushing yourself. Okay. And stop forcing yourself to slow down. I know a lot of times when you try to say something clever and you want to impress others, it's not like you're trying to speed up. But instead of asking yourself to slow down, instead of just thinking about the pace, remind yourself to feel safety, right? And the safety is is the place where you will re-enter your body instead of mentally exiting and abandoning your body. So we could talk about this more in another session, in another video, to dive deeper into what it really feels like to be safe. But I just really want to give you these pieces today. The second thing is, and let me know if you guys are resonating with me here because I think these are really big pieces of like mindset changes to help you be more of yourself, not just like be more confident in like the inflated ego way, but feel more like yourself. Like you, it's natural for you to be here. It's natural for you to express yourself and whatever it is that you want to say, like that's just naturally you. And you're not artificially trying to like puff up your ego or your confidence. Nothing like artificial in that sense. You're just being yourself. So the second thing that really changed my mind and my mindset, my attitude around being in front of people is that these people you're talking to, you have to know this. You have to remind yourself this, right? Know that these people you're talking to, they're humans. They're human beings. Okay. So I remember hearing someone say, you know, the person sitting in the front row, imagine them, going to the toilet and having like a funny imagery of them. I don't think it's about that. I don't think it's about thinking about their most vulnerable moments because like if I think about that, it's going to make me laugh and that is not the point. But, but now it's making me laugh. So silly. But the point is, when you remind yourself that these people that you're speaking to are human, you stop objectifying them and you stop putting them on a pedestal. The problem is, now let's talk about the dynamic between you and your audience. Whenever you stand in front of others and you speak to them, a lot of times you're doing it in a way, oh, there's a cricket. There's a legless cricket. Oh, okay. A lot of times when you speak in front of people and you're trying to impress them, there's this dynamic of, I want to impress you. Why do I want to impress you? Because I believe that you have the power to judge me, right? I believe you are in the position to judge me. I believe you are in the place to tell me if I am good or bad. I believe you have the power to determine my value here and if I am allowed to say and if I am allowed to speak. Now, if I put you on a pedestal, of course I'm going to want to impress you. But if I remind myself that this person that I'm speaking to is a human being, right? You're not my boss, you're not my colleague, you're not my teacher, you're not my professor, you're not someone that you're not, I don't know, um, you're not someone that you're not some trophy that I'm trying to win over, but you are a human being. And the reason I am here with you is because I want to connect with you. Okay. It's not I'm trying to win you over, like whether you stay in this conversation to talk to me or listen to me, or whether if not whether or not if you agree with me, that's completely up to you. But my role here today is to connect with you, is to establish that connection. Now, when I am here, when I remind myself to be here, and my purpose is to make this connection with you and to keep this connection with you, then instantly you take people off the pedestal. You no longer treat them like they are a god. You no longer treat them as a judge. You no longer think that all this person that is here to do is to judge me, and all they want to do is to judge me, and that's how I see them. You will start to perceive a relationship, a connection with your people. So when my clients are always asking about, well, how do I connect better with my audience? How do I connect with this person that I'm speaking to? How do I connect with someone in a bar? How do I charm them with my story? It's really about, well, are you there to connect with them in the first place? Because if you're not there to connect with them in the first place and you feel disconnected, why would they want to connect with you? Right? So you have to have this desire to connect with them as human beings, not on an ideological level, not on a just like a logical, like I think I want to connect with you, but you have to have the desire in here, in the heart space, to open your heart to someone, be open and be vulnerable, not this whole like pretend fluff, like I am so good and I am successful and I am, I am professional and I'm all that. It's not about that. It's about, look, today I just have something to say and this feels important to me, blah blah blah. Like that's all that it's about. It's very simple. And a lot of times when people connect and when people wrongly place other people on a pedestal, you start having this sense of like, I need to be perfect for you. I need to be idealistic for you. I can't make a mistake. I need to be humorous, funny, captivating, charming, magnetic, like, and all the things that I know. I need to know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, no, you don't need that. You are human, okay? You're a human, and the other person you're speaking to is also human. And when you can remember that, then you can build, you can start to connect with this other person because you identify them as human. And guys, this is very important. You don't need to learn eye contact. As a matter of fact, like a lot of times when I speak to people, I do not make eye contact because I'm thinking about like the next word I want to say. I'm thinking like, when I think, sometimes I conceptualize and I like look to a different direction, and it's totally okay. You don't need to rely on these skills or techniques or hacks or tricks to connect with people. The only thing you need when you connect with others is to be you, is to be here, is to feel safe, and to remember the person you're speaking to is also a human being. Okay? So thank you so much for being here. This is my message for today. And if you guys liked it, if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys resonate with it, please let me know. Good morning from the other side of the world. All right. See you guys.